right? So let me give you another thing. This is you. You are here. It's like in the mall, right? You are here, and if you're like a fan of Rocket Power, because I was growing up, there's a scene where Twister's like, "How do they know that?" Thought that was funny. Anyways, so we tend to think of time as linear, right? As only going one way. At least in the English Western world. Like if you talk to language scientists, I think they're called etymologists. I can't even I can't pronounce it, but basically there is a thing called island time where it's like Pacific Islanders and others certain like tropical islands, especially like in Hawaii. There's Hawaiian time and then there's island time. Hawaiian time is for people who are like, yeah, whenever we're hanging out today, but it's whenever you get there. That's island time. There's no sense of urgency. And in Western English speaking places, we think of linear time. You have to be there at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. exactly. Otherwise, you're seen as rude and stuff, right? So we think of time as linear, right? This is the past, this is the future, and let's pretend, because you know you're the black little speck. You're currently riding along here, and then you jump here, you jump here, you jump here. All these events that happen, so on and so forth, to get to your destination, which is your future, right? And that's how we typically think of time in Western society, right? But remember, as I've shown, as I showed you before, time is just an illusion based on societal expectations. So if we want to get here in our destination, we tend to think that we have to go from this to this to this to this to this. Like certain things have to happen until we get here, right? And this is basically what people say, like, take action. It's always taking action. And, you know, they're right to take action. But the thing is, though, if you're taking action, but you haven't worked on your mind, aka your perspective, then you're taking action out of desperation, out of a feeling of desperation or anxiety, of I can't, you're unregulated emotionally, that you're like bouncing off the walls like that to get here. And even if you get here, it's not impossible. I'm not saying that that's not how people work. It is a lot of effort, so much effort, so much time and money and energy invested to get this thing, whether it's a house, a car, a relationship, a job, health, you know, like go to the gym, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And the thing is, that's like what I would call hard mode, like in a video game, right? It's hard, dude. Why? It's not necessarily because it's a lot of work. And I like to say work, right? The work is the effort. The work basically is the I guess my perspective of work is the heavy negative feelings, the to get something for an outcome, right? It's freaking exhausting. And that's how basically like societies based around, like especially like capitalistic societies, they're based on this sort of model of how humans work, right? Which is like the more you put in, supposedly the better you'll get over here, the things that you want, whether it's money, relationships, etc. But that's not necessarily true. Why? Because there's always like let's say the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, or yes, you know that guy. There's always that guy, and that was me, by the way. Like in school, who never really tried, but they always passed their test and like their homework, and you looked at them and they were like, "What the hell, dude? Like, you didn't even do anything, and you're getting all A's and B's and stuff." They weren't trying, right? That's the hard mode. Basically, hard mode is when you're trying. Trying. So, manifestation has a solution to this. Manifestation says, stop. Do not try. What are you doing, dude? Manifestation is, let's go with a easy mode. You're not trying anymore. So let's look at you got the past, you got the future, and you got your desires here. Like the things that you want are right here. That's what you want. And you're here. On easy mode, is it on easy mode, time is not linear. Time is vertical. Actually, check this out. Red represents hard mode. Easy mode's like this. What do I mean by this? So basically, you're here, right? And this easy mode is this like pendulum. You might heard about this from like I think it's there's this Shaolin monk that talks about this, and there's also is it quantum transurfing? I think that's what it's called. Anyways, so there's this pendulum, right? And actually, let's erase you. This is where you are. You're right here. You're always in the now, right? This is the present moment. Hard mode dictates that you have to do this. Be a go-getter. Go and get your future, get your desire. And when you don't want something, where like unwanted circumstances happen from your past or even your present. It's like that. And you're always swinging back and forth. And this is, I'm talking about like your emotions, right? Your emotional regulation system. But it doesn't have to be that way, because on easy mode, you're always, well, not always, but because everything's up and down, right? But you're mainly here. This is your regulation, right? Your emotional regulation, right? This is where meditation, sleep, calmness, relaxation, being quote unquote comes in. Because you're not trying over here. No, you're on easy mode, dude. Easy mode, the future and even your past, instead of you chasing them, they come to you. This is God mode. Dun, dun, dun.